Alrighty, and now it is 7 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started with our Q&A webinar session with President Ruud. Feel free to submit your questions using either the chat feature or the question and answer window. And we'll start the webinar by having President Ruud just give an introduction of himself, and then we'll move into the questions.
Good evening, everybody. This is Bill Ruud. I have the pleasure of being the 19th president of a great place we know as Marietta College. We're excited to have you on this webinar tonight in a new and interesting time where we can communicate with you electronically. And of course, we can't wait for the time when we can communicate with you in person and have you come to the campus of Marietta College to enjoy what would be a very productive college education, both inside and outside the classroom. We're excited to answer your questions. We're excited that you took the time out of what we know is a busy schedule for you, and kind of probably a new schedule for you in terms of being at home and not necessarily being out and about, but are very, very happy to answer any kind of a question that you have. So don't think that anything that you're thinking about is too big, too small, too personal, too not personal. We really want to be able to say to you, here's what's going on at Marietta College, and we also want to be in a position where we can provide you the maximum amount of information. So we're here, we're excited, and Stacy, go ahead. If there are any questions out there, let me know, or if you're going to start asking questions, let me know.
All right, we'll start with one that does touch on, a big topic that's happening right now, and just kind of get this one out of the way. So can you talk a little bit about the ways that the college has responded during the coronavirus pandemic and how the students and the faculty have responded to those changes?
That's a great question. And the answer is from when we found out that the governor decided to recommend all colleges and universities to go online the week of the 9th of March. By the week of the 16th of March, we had pivoted and we had gone fully online. Our faculty are responding incredibly. I get comments on a daily basis from students, from parents, from grandparents, from sisters and brothers, that the faculty are just doing a great job providing information, giving students the challenges. Students are kind of trying to figure it out because they signed up for the person-to-person and now they're online. But the faculty are doing a great job, and equally the students are doing a great job. I mean, we have had students that have had challenges with their devices, with their internet service provider, with a variety of things. We've kept the library open so that we have about 70 students that are still on campus that can go and utilize the library. We have our PA program students, physician's assistant program students that are using the library. We have responded, I think, rapidly and in a quality and forgiving kind of way, because we all knew that we jumped in to the deep end of the pool and we all knew that we had to help each other. So I see students helping faculty members. I see faculty members helping students. We're using our Beacon program, our electronic program, to make sure that we know where students are. And if they're having any challenges, any troubles, we're responding to that. We have also adopted for this semester only, a pass-fail grading system where students can choose up to 8 credit hours, which would be the equivalent of a number of music or art classes, 2 4-credit hour laboratory classes in the sciences, 2 or 3 regular classes, not in the sciences, that they can convert a course to an S, which is satisfactory, C- or better, an LP, which is any of the D grades, which is still a passing grade and won't count against your grade point average. And then instead of an F grade, we have gone to the no credit grade. So we have allowed students to take that option, and it's a student option. So that if a student's getting an A or a B or a C that they have earned in a class and they want that to be reflected on their grade point average, they will absolutely be allowed to have that grade. The default for us is grades. All classes will be graded, and then based on the student choice, they will convert it. So we are working hard. We are learning a lot. We are sending out a survey this next week to students and faculty to help us understand what we did well, what we didn't do so well, what we didn't do at all, what we need to do better. So as we move forward in both the person-to-person and online world, we can do a better job. So Marietta College is in the forefront of responding to this interesting time that we're in.
Great. So kind of along those lines, do you anticipate a change in the cost of tuition if classes continue to be online in the fall?
Well, we're separating back. We're going into the summer. We will have about, right now, I think there are 45 classes that will be offered online in the summertime. There will be an online tuition that will be associated with that. And then I think the situation is really too fluid. But I would tell students that as we go forward and classes from the beginning are offered as an online course, that will likely be an online tuition. As classes are offered in person, we will continue to offer our regular tuition opportunities. And then important to note that the financial aid packages will be commensurate with whether the courses are online or whether the courses are in person. The federal government and Marietta College and a variety of programs like the Pell Grant program have a series of rules that will line up to what is available and line up to what the tuition that is assigned. So if you have an online course, for instance, the financial aid that's available for that online course will not exceed what the tuition is for that online course. So online course financial aid matches online course tuition, and person-to-person financial aid will match person-to-person tuition. We are hopeful, keep your fingers crossed, that we will be able to move from an online program in the summertime to, although maybe a different program in the fall, but hopefully we're looking forward to a person-to-person program in the fall. But stay tuned to our website, stay tuned to our information, continue to email us, and we will continue to email you so that you will be aware of what our programming is and what the tuition and the programs offered will be.
Great. Thanks for answering that.
Sure.
We have another question that has been entered here. So when are, and this deals with the honors program, when are students notified of their acceptance or non-acceptance to Marietta's honors program?
I know Scott Schaefer, our VP for enrollment. Maybe that's a Scott question.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'm Scott Schaefer. I'm the Vice President for Enrollment. I joined just in case there were questions that Dr. Ruud might not know the answer to, and this is probably one. But we are supposed to be notifying the students sometime in the month of May. If that changes, we will put something out there to all the students that have applied. But we're taking a look at the process right now, and those decisions will be made once school and finals are complete, which is on May 1st for us. And then we'll be going into reviewing the applications and notifying in the month of May.
Got it. All right, let's turn things to a little more fun, lighthearted. So
Okay.
We have some, families who are, maybe we're hoping to, take a last visit or are looking forward to coming in the fall. What are some great things to do around town, or what are some resources where they can still get a view of Marietta from being distant?
Yeah, great. Well, the first thing I would remind you is that on Saturday morning, the 18th of April at 7 a.m. on the Discovery Channel. Now, I realize that's early in the morning, and when we get to the weekend, when we have a crazy week, we'd like to sleep in, so you can tape it if you wish. But on a show called Roadmasters, 7 a.m., Discovery Channel this Saturday will be episode 21, which is all about Marietta, Ohio. So you'll be able to see, they're going to start at the Lafayette Hotel, they're going to go downtown, they're going to really see what Marietta is about. What I would be able to tell you, for those of you that haven't been here or haven't had a real good chance at looking around, we always tell people a couple, three things. Number one, Marietta, Ohio is a great small river town that has a tremendous history. The college is 185 years old. The community dates back to 1788. It was one of the first, if not the first, settlement in the Northwest Territories. So we've been around for an awful long time. And it is almost kind of a quaint New England town with a very active downtown, very active front street. From my home, from the campus, you can walk downtown and there are probably 25 restaurants that you could go to. There's wonderful shopping in Front Street. I would tell mom and dad that it's a safe community. So it's a safe downtown, very safe, very, very little crime, lots of things to do associated with the river. For students coming to campus, lots of things to do on campus. We have over 50 student organizations. We have 22 intercollegiate sports where there's plenty to do to go be either a participant or a spectator. Very active student government. We have an esports team for folks who are interested in the electronic version of sports, which maybe we're getting good at now that we're staying at home. But I think students would find and parents would find equal different parts of the community. We have a 950-seat theater that has a variety of musical acts, Broadway plays, summer theater that's very, very available. It's one block away from the campus. We have a very, very active farmers market in the summertime. We have a couple, 3 events in the summertime that are big. We have hydroplane races in June and July that is called River Roar, where they shut down downtown. We have something called Sternwheel Festival, which happens in September, which usually brings 100,000 people into Marietta, Ohio for 4 or 5 days of all the basic food groups, cotton candy, corn on the cob, those kinds of things that are important to your diet in the summertime. And we bring in about 50 sternwheelers, old paddle boats that come to town. We have a very active student theater on campus where there's all kinds of plays in both semesters. We usually do a musical in the spring. There's an opportunity, even if you're not a music major, to engage in music, to engage in theater, to engage in a pep band, to engage in whatever you might want to do. So it's a very active, enjoyable community where you get one-on-one treatment at the college. We pay attention to you, we follow you, we make sure that you're going to be successful. And one of the things about Marietta College is we're here to cause your success. At the same time, it's a great community for mom and dad to come down and engage the community, engage in an athletic event, engage a play or a musical at our local theater in town or at the theater on campus. And we have tons of speakers that come to town. We have lots of opportunities for students to engage with alumni. We have an alumni speaker series that's going on. So all in all, we would tell students, prospective students and parents that Marietta College, and again, in kind of the world that we're now living in, is kind of a comfortable, quiet, energetic place to go outside the city limits, where we still have all the things that a great college education will provide you and lead you into either a successful career, a successful graduate school, med school, dental school, vet school, law school, Teach America, the Peace Corps. We will assure you that your experience at Marietta College will lead you to an incredibly successful next 50 years of your life.
Awesome. So kind of along those lines, you said a lot of really great things there. What do you like most about being the president of Marietta College?
Oh man, I guess and it's something I miss, that I know I'm looking at the two of you, and I know you do too. I'm just missing we love having the students on campus. We miss having students on campus and watching them live and learn and succeed and not do so well in a project where they come back and we help them out on it and they succeed on the next project and score the winning three-pointer at a basketball game or get the last spike at a volleyball game or set a record in track and field or All Scholars Day or our Doodah Day spring celebration or auditions and presentations by music and theater students. So that's the great thing. We also have a world-class faculty. We have a world-class staff where we really are at a place like Marietta College. We hope to be by your side without you really noticing it. But when you need us, you can reach over and there we are. And we will frame you and shape you and occasionally let you fall down where you're here at school. And then when you leave, you're going to go out. And, I always say that, we're not going to cure cancer at Marietta College, but we're going to graduate somebody who does. And given the spirit of the times, we're probably not going to cure COVID-19 at Marietta College, but I'm darn sure we're going to graduate somebody who goes out to medical school and figures out how to get after this particular virus and a whole bunch of other ones that are waiting for us down the road. And that's what makes me excited about being the president of Marietta College. And now I've kind of had to look inward with this crisis going on where sometimes you say, you kind of lament, oh my goodness, we're in a small town and we're only at 15 or 20,000 folks in town. And now I'm kind of looking at it and saying, wow, we're in a community that's all about each other. We have a great hospital. We have there are 4 communities in the state of Ohio that have a public or a private independent college, a publicly traded bank, and a private independent hospital. Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Marietta, Ohio. Given the healthcare world we're in, we have a wonderful partner in Marietta Memorial Health System, and across the river we have Camden Clark Healthcare System, which is a part of the West Virginia system. So given all that's going on, we are so well positioned. There's a lot of activities to do. Yeah, there's some Friday nights that are kind of quiet, but as I've heard from a lot of our current students, their biggest thing is, I want to come back to college. And the continuing students want to come back, and we want you as new students to garner that pioneer spirit and come and join us at Marietta College in Marietta, Ohio.
Awesome. So what would be, we have on the webinar some students who are planning to come in the fall.
Okay.
What's some advice that you have for incoming students?
Oh, advice for incoming students. First of all, we would congratulate you on your senior year in high school. I know you're bummed. I know you didn't have prom. I know you didn't have graduation. I don't know you have senior week. I know you didn't have skip week. I know you didn't have all that stuff that's associated with being a senior in high school and kind of celebrating that time. Know that we're going to celebrate that with you. You will see in the next several weeks that we're going to have lights on Friday night. We're at 8:20 every Friday night for several Friday nights, which is 2020 military time. So we're going to celebrate the military with you, but 2020 military time is 8:20 in the evening. So we're going to have those lights on for an hour, and we're going to celebrate a series of particular high school graduating classes around the area. And then we're going to have a couple days when it just celebrates every high school graduating class. The other thing we hope to do is when you come here in the fall, we're going to have an event for you. We're going to have an event for you for the class of 2020 that celebrates you coming to Marietta College. We're going to make a big deal out of it. We're probably maybe going to have some fireworks that are all about it. I apologize for the telephone ringing in the background. But advice when you come. Come to learn. Come to know that you're talented. Come to know that you're getting into Marietta College because we've looked at your high school transcript. We've looked at your test scores. We may have talked with you. We may have emailed you. We may have Instagrammed you, TikToked you, whatever. We got a pretty good idea who you are. So we want you to come here to learn. We want you to come here to live. We want you to come here to engage. Probably the biggest thing a freshman can think about doing, and I know this might sound trite and easy and common sense, but the biggest thing you can do is when you come to college in your first semester is be engaged. Go to class, arrive 5 minutes early, talk to your professor because your professor is going to know you. No question is too small a question. If you have a challenge in class, if you have a thing that's going on, talk to your classmates, talk to your professor, learn. The other thing is get engaged outside of classroom. I would encourage each and every one of you to pick at least one thing that you want to do outside of class. Now, if that's student government, if it's an intramural sport, an intercollegiate sport, a musical, the band, whatever it might be, at least pick one. Don't stretch yourself too thin, because it becomes easy when you get to college, you get away from home, you got all this free time. I'm going to sign up for everything. I would caution you not to sign up for everything the first semester. I'd rather see in the first semester get 12 or 15 credit hours of A, and then be able to spread your wings a little bit because you've been involved in one or two things, than to be involved in everything and get 12 or 15 credit hours of the fourth or fifth letter of the alphabet. So get excited about coming. When you come, meet new people. There's a whole bunch of folks you're going to meet. We're a small, tight-knit community. It's going to be very easy, you'll discover after the first 2 or 3 weeks of college, to know a whole bunch of people. You'll know a whole bunch of your classmates. You'll know a bunch of juniors and sophomores and seniors. You'll know a bunch of faculty members. You'll get tight with some of the staff members, whether it's in admissions, whether it's in the tutoring center. You will probably, many of you, get involved in a work-study job where you're going to go and work in a particular department and engage us. But the biggest advice is come, engage, don't stretch yourself too thin, study hard that first semester, get your study skills in place. Know that you don't have to absolutely positively pick a major that you're going to stick with forever in your first semester. I came to college, I changed majors 4 times, and I still graduated in 4 years. And I think I did okay. So understand in all of that process that we're excited about you coming. We want you to come. We want you to learn. We know that you're going to have some areas where you're going to excel. And we know you're going to have some areas when we're going to cause some improvement in what you do. And all of that is going to be something that's going to be part of the Marietta College experience. So we're ready to have you. We're ready for you to come, and we're ready. Marietta College is a great place to live, work, and learn. And that's what we need you to know when you come down here.
All right, awesome. So we have a question that came in, Scott, and maybe more in your area. So a student, a student that, and a family that attended PIOSOR in March, they are wondering, they filled out the housing form during PIOSOR. When will roommates and residence halls be determined?
So since you came to the one in March, you should automatically get your first choice residence hall. That was part of depositing early and coming in March. And then obviously there's a questionnaire that you fill out. Please make sure when you did that, that you fill it out openly and honestly, that if you like to stay up late and you're kind of a neat freak, that you put that down there so that we don't put you with someone who likes to go to bed early and is extremely messy and sloppy. So those are the first things. If you have someone that you want to room with, as long as they list you and you list them, we should be able to honor that also. And then we will be notifying students between middle and end of July of everything then at that time. If something changes in the meantime, all you have to do is contact Community Living. If you want to change something on your form, you call them directly and you can change it. We're discovering, since we've opened the Facebook page for the deposited students, students are talking amongst themselves, and we've had some roommate matches just that happened off of that. So you might meet your roommate that way. Or you might be willing to just say, I'll take my chance and see what it's going to be. If you are in the honors program, you will be assigned to a specific floor, and that has to happen because that's how we do it with the honors part of the honors program.
Great. Thanks for answering that, Scott. All right, President Ruud, favorite restaurant in town? Where do people need to eat when they're able to venture back to town, or if, they visit and get takeout or something? Where do they need to go?
I mean, like I said, from campus walking downtown, there's 25 restaurants that are within walking distance. Some favorites that I like. Everybody's got to go to Cone and Shake. Cone and Shake is the getting the nods from the two of them that are on.
Yes.
Cone and Shake is the old-fashioned Dairy Queen, where they got all the wonderful ice cream, sandwiches, footlongs, hamburgers, you name it. That's absolutely a favorite of mine. Downtown, great burgers. You have at a little restaurant called the Townhouse. For fancy, here's a hint for you students. If mom and dad come to town and they want to take you out a little bit fancy, there's a great steak and seafood restaurant downtown called Austin's, which is wonderful. There's another restaurant there. We are blessed in Marietta, Ohio with probably two of the greatest Italian restaurants anywhere. On the Marietta side, which is on, and you'll learn about the Harmer side and the other side of the Muskingum River and all that stuff when you come. But on the Marietta side, there's a place called Spagna's, which is a kind of a 1920s bistro theme. Great Italian food, great pasta, great sauce. If you go across the river, right across the river on the West Virginia side, there's an equally great Italian restaurant called Da Vinci's, which is kind of known for pizza. It's kind of known for German pizza. It's kind of known for a lot of things. They are a big partner with us in our athletic program. They cater, they deliver, they have takeout. I mean, right now, even in this unusual circumstance we're in, I ordered carry out from there the other night, called up on the phone, gave my credit card. When I got there, I opened the trunk of my SUV. They put the food in the SUV, in the trunk. I shut the trunk and off I went. There's another great place that's owned by one of our alums. And if you like the old traditional diner breakfast, where you go in and everything's made from scratch, the bread's toasted from scratch, there's a place called the Busy Bee, which is, again, they're open during this time, but literally, when you go in, all the food is made from scratch. Hash browns from scratch, eggs from scratch. They contract with a local bakery that makes all their own bread, so none of their bread is from the store. It's all homemade bread. And then I got to tell you, they're only open for breakfast and lunch. And I got to tell you, the signature item on the Busy Bee menu is all the major food groups, the bacon, cheese, meatloaf, barbecue sandwich, which is to die for. And they sell that not only at the restaurant, but in their food truck in the summertime. So that gives you a little bit of a picture. There's a lot of that. If you want to go big fancy, there's a place down on Front Street called the Buckley House, which is a small, quaint, literally it's in a house. They fly fresh seafood in from Boston every day. And so if you want to go really big time, like graduation or when mom and dad leave you off, say, hey, mom, let's go to the Buckley House. So I don't know if I've left any out. There's the Boathouse Barbecue. If you want funky right down on the river, there's a place called the Boathouse Barbecue that is zero fancy. I mean, you go in your cutoffs and your t-shirt and you sit by the river and you order the best barbecue in town, great sandwiches, great seafood. If you want to play Dollar Keno while you're there, I hope I'm not advertising gambling, but it's just a funky little place. And then again, another place a little bit down the road from then is a place called the House of Wines, which has wonderful lunch and wonderful dinner. So as you can see by what I'm describing, and I've left out all the chains. So we still have Applebee's and we still have Bob Evans and we still have McDonald's and Arby's and Burger King and and all of those restaurants, Taco Bell, so, and a bazillion pizza places.
I
Those of
was
you who are
about
coming
to
down
say, you're
from,
missing out on a key college food group there.
well,
Favorite
if
pizza
you were
place?
coming down, we got old fashioned pizza. We got Donato's pizza that just came down from your folks out of the Columbus area. We've got a variety of favorites that a variety of people like. There is no shortage of. There's a place across the street from campus called Wally's Pizza that just showed up. So there is no shortage of the opportunity to deliver or take out. Qdoba is right across the street from campus. We have a Tim Hortons, which has low-cal, no-cal donuts right across the street from campus, your morning coffee. So as you can see, Marietta, Ohio is ready, willing, and able to provide you with a whole number of places that you can go in the community to pretty much satisfy. Of course, I left out Mexican. We have 2 or 3 great Mexican restaurants.
We've got it all.
I got it all. We have an Indian restaurant downtown. So if you like Indian food, you can get that. Anyway, I could go on and on, Stacy.
I know, there are so many good places.
And then we have Food Truck Friday too, and there's some darn good desserts at the one place. It's amazing.
Yes, there's a bakery out of Beverly, Ohio that comes in that unbelievable. And then we forgot one major restaurant, and that's called Parkhurst. Parkhurst is the dining facility on campus. Yep. They are a part of the Eaton Park restaurant chain out of Pittsburgh. They are famous for their sugar cookie, and we do make an MC sugar cookie. They were partnered with us, and we were able to deliver 26 dozen MC sugar cookies to our hospital a couple days ago to support our frontline workers in the hospital. But Parkhurst is great dining. They will accommodate you. Vegan, vegetarian, food allergies, calories. Please know that when you come to campus and you have some particular things that are unique to your diet, let us know, because Parkhurst will take care of you. But having said that, we have a hot entree every day. Every lunch meal is made to order omelets, made to order eggs. We have a salad bar every day. We have a pizza bar every day. We have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. We're a Coke product campus, and we have 82 different kinds of soft drink and water and lemonade. We have a salad bar. We have a sandwich bar. And then the chefs like to, on a regular basis, come up with something special. Oftentimes they'll cook an international dish that is very, very good. There are a variety of meal plans that you can choose. So even on campus, we have a whole variety of things that are very attractive to students. So on campus, off campus eating are spectacular at Marietta College.
Awesome. Yeah, I think it's safe to say you will not go hungry here. There's something for everybody. Yes. All righty. So right now we don't have any pending questions at the moment. So I'll give the viewers a few minutes. If you think of anything else, feel free to submit those questions either through the Q&A window or through the chat. We'll be happy to answer those. While I'm giving you some time to think about any last questions you may have, I did just want to mention that we are still facilitating virtual visits. So if you are a family or a student who is still on the fence, you're not sure which school you're going to yet, and you are really hoping for like a final visit or a final meeting with a faculty member or something to kind of seal the deal and make your decision, know that those options are still there. I'm actually the visit coordinator, so my name's Stacy Saunders, and you can email me directly and I will work to get you a virtual visit set up. My direct email is sls011@marietta.edu. And you are, more than welcome to reach out to me. We can get you in contact with an admission counselor for a Zoom session. or we can get you set up with a faculty member in the area or areas that you may be interested in. Also, if you have any concerns about, tutoring or disability services, housing, anything like that, just reach out to me and I'll get you in contact with who you need to get all of your questions answered. As I mentioned earlier before the webinar began as well, we are going to have more of these sessions. Some of them are going to be academic based. So if you have any questions for some of the department chairs of different academic areas, we'll have those available, and as well as some campus resource panelists too. We're working to get the communication out with the finalized schedule by the end of the week. So stay tuned to the same email where you got the communication for this one. We're expanding it through the month of April. Okay. So, all right. And in that time, we did get another question about depositing. So are families able to pay their deposit online?
Yes, you can. You go right to our website, and there'll be a deposit link, and you can go right there. It'll tell you how to deposit, and you can do it right online. And then at that point in time, you're immediately deposited.
Awesome. And then another question. Again, we've said a lot of great things about Marietta College on the webinar here, but for someone who's really on the fence between us and maybe another school, what are some of the main standouts for why they should choose Marietta?
Well, the biggest thing I can tell you is, we appreciate you being on the fence, but we really like you to come to Marietta College. I think the real standout issue is we're here to cause your success. We're going to cause your success from the day you walk on campus. We have a 4-year communication plan associated with our career services department. We have a variety of majors. We are unique, I think, in that we require all of our students to take a minor outside of their major area of study. And you say, why do you do that? Because we want you to be well-rounded when you get to the end of your 4-year career. The other thing we think that's unique is we have a requirement that you will engage in an experiential opportunity while you're at Marietta College. And you really have 5 choices. It's an internship, it's civic engagement, it's leadership, it's undergraduate student faculty research, or a study abroad opportunity, or more than one. Why do we do that? Because we know that when you get to that 4th year of school and get ready to go to graduate school, interview for a job, Peace Corps, Teach America, whatever it might be, that will automatically put you a step ahead of everybody else, because you will have had experience when an interviewer says to you, talk to me about something outside the classroom that happened to you while you were in college. You won't have to make up anything. You won't have to invent anything, because you will have experienced it, because we have put you into an environment where you will do that. And like I said, we get students that do more than one. I mean, we have students to do internships in Dublin, Ireland. Somebody's got to do it. So we have that opportunity where you can do it. You engage in a project in town, you engage in service to the community. So the final thing would be, really, we believe at Marietta College, our alumni are called the Long Blue Line. The alumni will engage you. The alumni are very interested in your success during your 4 years here and after you leave. So you will have a helping hand, not only while you're here, but when you get ready to leave. We'll push you outside your comfort zone. We'll challenge you. We'll watch you smile as you succeed and take on things that you didn't even know you could take on before you got here. And when you look back, you will say, wow, that college experience really caused me to be so well prepared for the rest of your life. And coming to a liberal arts college, we believe that although you will all pick a major, there will be a very broad liberal arts core, and you will pick a major that will solidify where you go in a career. Because of that liberal arts core, you will be able to think better, reason better, write better, speak better, learn better, learn long-term better, be able to deal with the unexpected things that this world's going to throw at you. And because of all that, that makes your choice, at least in my mind, of coming to Marietta College an easy one. Because we, again, as I said earlier, we are here to cause your success. And I would challenge you to think, I don't think any other college or university has said to you that they are there to cause your success. And that's what Marietta College is all about.
Awesome. And then we did have another question come in. Are freshmen allowed to have cars on campus?
Yes. You may not have a big opportunity to use them because, as you probably learned from the webinar, we're going to have you doing a whole bunch of stuff. The one thing to note, absolutely yes, you can bring a car to campus. But you need to know, as you look at campus, this community and this campus is very walkable. It's a very walkable campus and a community. From my house, which is on the other side of campus, to the football stadium, which is on the far south side of campus, maybe, what do you think, Scott? If we're walking slow, if Scott stops by and picks me up from his house on the way to the football stadium and we're walking slow and we talk to a couple people, it might be a 10-minute walk.
Right. Maybe
from where I am, from where campus is at the corner of 4th and Butler, downtown Front Street is 1st and Butler, 3 blocks. We also have transportation opportunities on campus. There are ways you can get, if you need to go to Walmart, if you need to go to the store, if you need to go to the grocery store. McDonald's is right across the street. Tim Hortons is right across the street. Cadoba's is right across the street. A major Giant Eagle shopping center is within walking distance of campus. So although you can bring a car, you don't absolutely need a car, but we leave that up to the family. We leave that up to you. We will have a parking spot available for you. You will get a parking sticker. There is no charge for parking on campus, so you don't have to worry about that. So yeah, as you come to campus in the fall, you need to bring a car, and then kind of adjust as you go through your first and second semester as to how important it is or when. And if you live close enough, it could be something that you might go home for a weekend, bring it back. You might bring it down in the fall, drop all your stuff back, drive back home, and maybe mom and dad bring you back during the middle of the semester, come back at the end of the semester, go home for the holidays, and then come back. So it's a very adjustable kind of thing. Long answer to a short question, but yes, you can bring a car in as a freshman.
All right, well, at this time, we don't have any other questions, so we'll go ahead and wrap up the webinar for this evening. For anyone who is still listening, again, if you come up with any questions after this webinar, feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you have. I'm sure many of you have been in contact with your admission counselor, so feel free to ask them questions. If you are interested in a virtual visit option, again, you can email me. My email is sls011@marietta.edu, and we'll get you all set up for whatever you need to make sure that you are able to make a sound decision with your college decision, because we want what's best for you and want you to be able to have all the information you need to make your choice. I want to give a big thank you to President Ruud for spending the evening with us, and also to Scott for spending his evening here. And thank you all to those of you who tuned in and asked some really awesome questions. We appreciate you as well, and we hope to see you all on campus in the fall.
Thanks. Go Pioneers.
Thank you.
Have a great evening, everyone.